It's live, pal. First name Chill, last name Monger. How are you doing today? How's everybody doing today here on the stream? It's a Sunday. It's the usual stream I've been trying to do usually. Every now and again I take a Sunday off, but I'm here now. Hello to Cryptid, who's in the building. Hi, everybody. Fenrir goes and says, why does Iron Boy need a new suit every movie? He read the topics. He says, just to sell toys? And the answer is yes. That's exactly why. Every film needs to have a toy associated with it, and you'll see adjustments to their costumes here and there. And no hero is going to ever have the same costume that they used to. Sometimes it's not even about costumes. Smart Hulk was a result of he has to look different. We need Hulk with glasses now. So he's always going to be changing. We can imagine in She-Hulk, the action figures that will accompany that series will have Hulk having his own series, his own new look, you know? Let me tell you, that's why he'll never be like the other Spider-Man. That's not just the only reason, but yeah, the other Spider-Man didn't really change their suits much, did they? There was the Venom suit, but nothing really adjusted. I can imagine, oh, well, I was going to say Black Panther's going to have a new look. Yeah, it'll be a woman. like it won't be T'Challa as Black Panther anymore. So yeah, there's going to be a new look with new action figures for that. Let me click on the topic since we're doing it. That wasn't going to be my first topic, but where is Spider-Man's new suit? Did I not write it down as a banner? Oh, I must have deleted it. That was my first topic, though. I'll continue on the topic. Spidey is fucking no trailer yet. The Loki series is coming, but we still haven't seen a new trailer for Spider-Man. This series has to finish. The meaning of what is behind time travel needs to be answered, and then finally we can dig into what the Spider-Man movie is going to look like. You guys remember how the No Way Home or Far From Home trailer came out, and we all said, oh, that's cool. Tom Holland had to explain to us that, oh, everyone, you're about to watch the new trailer, yeah, for Spider-Man Far From Home. But if you haven't seen Endgame, there's going to be massive spoilers. So you get going. That's how we said it. And Jerry's. This non-racist ice cream. The same thing will happen for this new film of Spider-Man, where there's going to be some sort of multiverse shenanigans happening in the Loki show, which is causing the Spider-Man trailer to not come out yet, which is keeping it back from us not seeing it. That's the story, and I'm sticking to it. The new suit, though, did it look anything special? What, it was like the Iron suit, the Iron Spider suit, had a little gold trim to it. So what? I really don't care about stuff like that. The Spider-Man new suit is just, well, it's not a new story. Of course, he's got new clothing. Let me turn on my lighting. Why did I get a ring light if I wasn't gonna use it? I gotta plug out the mouse USB because the USB has my microphone. The USB port number 2 has my camera. What'd I do? Ugh. You can still hear me though. I gotta go back to camera, turn on Logitech, click, and I gotta add myself to the stream. There we go. Start camera. Sorry about that. Turn on this ring light, which I was trying to get on. Hey, look at that. Is that better? Is that better? No, I like blue now. This is the one. Yeah. See what you guys are saying. TJ says, good point about the multiverse. Also, I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Loki's show really killed my hype for Loki. What? It really killed your hype for Loki, and it made you realize what's really left for Loki after Endgame? There's a season 2 of this show. If you're thinking what I'm thinking of, when I even heard a season 2 would be announced, I go, okay, well, this is all going to be contained with little effect with the rest of Marvel because they can just greenlight a season 2 just like that. Oh, this show is so good, we can do more. If that's BS to me. That's cause for alarms in my head when I saw that season 2 was coming out. I need the series to have a start and an end point, and then they got to know what's next, the next project that they'll be a part of, similar to how we have Ironheart, and then the next series coming after is Armor Wars. There's something for her to do here, which is going to end with her, having a role in the next thing. Kamala Khan also has something to do when she's going to be in the new Captain Marvel 2 movie. What's going on, Tony? Love and respect to you and your family today. Like I'm saying, like I need these series like Loki, for example, to have an end point. You can't just have season 2 announced because it was so good. Then it's just meaningless. Then it's just filler TV episodes. Then it's just entertainment. I don't want entertainment. I'm not interested in the what if. I actually like that. My favorite thing about Marvel is that they're all connected. Infinity Stone happens in the Guardians movie, and Infinity Stone happens in Captain America in 1952. They're all connected in 1940s. They're all associated to themselves. And when you have shows like WandaVision, where there's a hex in New Jersey, speaking of Jersey, Loki season 2 better have Betty White casted as Enchantress. No, I don't know about that. But when you have these things that are just contained in themselves, it's like, oh, I see what's happening here. It's like when you don't have the room to have world lasting, effects on everything. So then you just do that. It's good for diversity's sake, like how Falcon and Winter Soldier can deal with post blip, uh, poor people, classes clashing, humanity. But then we have the multiverse story and the timeline story. It's good how we're getting different stories here and there, but you can make them connect. And so far, they haven't connected. It looked like Jamie Alexander's character, Lady Sif, was going to show up, but it didn't feel like that happened. If Loki solidifies the multiverse, I think that'll happen. Then does having a second series, you mean second season, mean they have a plan for it to do something else to the universe? No, it doesn't mean that. It should mean that, but it means that we have this playground, these toy boxes, this toy box of toys that we have, which we can play with more. That's what that would mean to me. It's like when Jonathan Hickman made all of the mutants of the X-Men move to Krakoa, and then all these other writers are playing in the sandbox of Krakoa, which really are not associating with the main story of Inferno, which I'm interested in because Jonathan Hickman is writing this story. That's what it feels like to me. It's not so much because they're doing season 2. I think that's what you mean by series. Because they're doing season 2, it means that there was a plan. No, the plan's coming after season 1's finale. We want stories that have meaning, facts. We don't want endless filler that means nothing and has no effect on the world. And when we say world, we mean multiverse or omniverse or whatever. When we say world, we mean the rest of the films that we're going to watch, the rest of the heroes who we're going to interact with. They did say something about vampires in this episode of Loki, which was interesting to me. So I do got to wait for this show to finish before I start dissing it. But from the time travel stuff, from the Spider-Man trailer not releasing yet, it's related. Joe, do you think Loki and Sylvie will both make a cameo in Thor: Love and Thunder? I didn't think so, no. They could, though, depending on how this ends. I don't think Sylvie is a character they'll just let go of. I also don't think Mobius really died. I'm pretty sure he just got pruned and taken to another place, similar to Loki, what just happened to him. So no, it's not over for these guys. And Sylvie and Loki, no, seeing them in Thor: Love and Thunder, no. Nah, there's just not enough room for that story. They're trying to bring in Jane Foster back while also balancing Valkyrie, who's a character they introduced to us to in Ragnarok. There's just too many characters to play with. But you said cameo? A cameo is possible, but it would just be a cameo. I have a soft spot for Betty White. Okay. She rated Deadpool's first movie with 4 Golden Girls. Really? Wa alaikum assalam, Adnan. Thanks for joining me here on the Sunday stream. I touched on 2 topics so far. One was the Spider-Man new suit, and then we got into the Loki spoilers. I'm sure I'll do more Loki spoilers later on in the stream. The next one is Slave One. All right. In Star Wars, there's a character named Boba Fett. He is a bounty hunter. The ship that he flies, he inherited from his dad. It's called the Slave One. The word slave is a negative word. This word is something horrible, which we don't wish on anybody, but it is a bad thing. This bounty killer, this bounty hunter is a killer. He is a dark person. His ship is not going to be called the Rainbow One. It's going to be called something dangerous, something that instills fear, something dark. And his ship is called the Slave One. Now, in a recent toy listing, the name of the ship is Boba Fett's ship. They don't call it the Slave One ship. And how much of this is it a problem? How much of it is not a problem? It's an interesting discussion, because to advocate or to be upset of the removal of the word slave, like what does that make me? It makes me double think. Like, I don't want to be on here being like, what's wrong with slaves? Because so I'll never do that. I'll conversate with you. That's the name of the ship. It's what I will refer to it as. I'm sure in the show they'll get around by never actually naming it, because in season 2 they never actually talked about the ship. We know the Razor Crest's name, but we don't know what Boba Fett's ship is called. I'm sure every time it ever comes up, they'll just say your ship or something like that. I had a thought. It didn't hurt myself. The 10 rings. I'll get back to this in a second. I thought it was going to be related to Slave One. So it's like X-Men. You guys remember how I said if the new movie think that the X-Men is an outdated term because it relates to men only, how could they exclude women? It's called the X-Men, not the X-Women. Those people who say that, Victoria Alonso. I'm not going to stop calling it the X-Men. The team of mutants are the X-Men. It's the word women has men in it. The word men has men in it. Calling them the X-Men is like it's like saying property of Professor X. It's the Professor X-Men. It's got nothing to do with them being male people and they're ignoring Jean or whoever the females would be on the team. I don't view it that way. It was never intended to be that way. Some good ice cream. So the X-Men, the Slave One thing, I'll call it Slave One even if no one else calls it Slave One. That's the name of the ship. Hypersensitivity has taken it a bit too far over here, but I mean, there could be way worse problems. I just don't want to be too upset about it, because then, like, I can't be up my arms over head over heels, arms overhead, because the name of the ship isn't slave anymore. What happened to the integrity of the word slave? I can't do that. So I got to check myself from being too mad. You said, Boba Fett could refer to his ship as S1. There you go. Remember they did Metachlorians? They called it the M count. That's good thinking, Crips. It would be like the letter. They call it the S1. Usually when you break something down and you shorten it, it's because it'll be more syllables. S1, Slave One, they're both 2-syllable sayings. But yeah, Slave S1 it is. I'll understand what they're talking about. Now you say here, had a thought. It didn't hurt myself. The 10 rings are more like armbands. That's because the dragon can wear it also. And they don't want it to look like the gauntlet and remind you of something that just happened. And Ms. Marvel has her powers coming from the family Bangles. That's not confirmed. That's a rumor. So there might be some Asian connection there, maybe. Yeah. Ms. Marvel could be. Oh, you look what I did. Look what I did. All right. You know how Ms. Marvel's name is not Kamala, like the vice president. Her name is Kamala Khan. Kamala Khan. Kamala Khan. I have way too much time on my hand. You said call it Slayer One, maybe. Yeah, right. Any more suggestions? I never knew the name of the ship. When I heard the name and about the change, I didn't really care that it was named Slave, but I did. Oh, Flash by Night is a black person saying this. He never cared that it was the name Slave. He's from Alabama too. But I did troll people who were upset about the change. There you go. That's the only opinion that should matter here. LOL. If the name X-Men is problematic, I shouldn't have made joking about the word problematic, but it's one of those trigger words. That's why I said that. Sorry. So some things are problematic, right? Anyways, the X-Men is problematic. Just want to point out, Deadpool called it in his second movie, which is why he was forward thinking and calling his team X-Force to be gender neutral. There was a joke like that. And it is a joke that came out as a joke. It's portrayed as a joke, and here they are taking it seriously. I don't know, man. Hypersensitivity, man. It took a Deadpool fan to figure that one out and highlight that. Next on the docket, Everything Always Michael Roman reports Meg Thee Stallion is casted in She-Hulk as herself. What? They're getting a popular rapper for the first time. The last time they did it was T.I. Popular rapper, I just mean to say someone who's new and hot. Not that T.I. is bad at rapping, you know? But anyways, T.I. is gone anyways. T.I. had this like sexual harassment case on him, and Disney just cut ties with him, saying that he's not going to be in the new Ant-Man film. He was, what was his character's name? Doug? Chris? Anyways, that guy's not in anymore. Meg Thee Stallion is in. She's cast. And hopefully this casting doesn't shoot them in the foot. This rapper is going to be playing herself in the film, according to Michael Roman. She-Hulk is like a lawyer. She's going to be representing a celebrity, I guess. I'm interested in it. It's cool. I don't know how they kept all that secret, and then the YouTube guy gets the leak, gets the sources, gets and Meg Thee Stallion's in it. I'm not a fan of her music. I don't have anything hateful to say about Wet Ass Pussy. It's just a song. I don't have anything hateful against any Cardi B or all the other girls. Do you think you're just as vulgar as the men are? It just doesn't speak to me, and that's fair to say, right? I mean, yeah, it's not my. I can't relate to it, but she's in it. She's good casting, I guess. Very timely. What's going on, K-Dot? You say, I was wondering if this was true or not about Megan Thee Stallion. I can't confirm it, but the YouTube guy says it is. The guy from Everything Always. He put his name on the scoop, and he said, anyone who documents this, you got to give me credit, just like I give credit to you guys. And he was like pretty adamant about it. So according to Everything Always, this is the case. I'm gonna run with it. I'm gonna believe him. And if it's not the case, that's a pretty big lie to get wrong. He'll lose all credibility, just like we got this covered. Just like when Mike Zero does a YouTube video about Brie Larson was casted in Star Wars and Kathleen Kennedy fought for it. You know how he does videos like that. That Mike Zero guy. Yeah. Some people don't have credibility. Everything Always, he still has that for me until this does not come true. Aggressively relaxing. Didn't I just see you in somebody's stream like a couple days ago? As someone from Atlanta, these allegations against the king of Atlanta are distressing. Is it because you believe them? Is it like a Bill Cosby situation? Is he what he is to Atlanta, what Bill Cosby is to Pennsylvania? I don't know. That's a poll question. I put out a Twitter poll a couple days ago when the Bill Cosby news sprouted. I asked you guys, we don't know what's real, but do you believe he's guilty or not guilty? There were more guilties on that poll than non-guilties, but we'll read the poll results probably next week. Probably if I ever have guests on the show, that's when I'll do the poll, Chillmonger poll, Pollmonger, as I nicknamed it, and we'll get answers. That would be interesting. Jessica defending an actual celebrity. Yeah, that would be cool. And then she could appear like on another hero and then another hero, and she could just be this character having cameos. Yeah, man. A dude sounds like a hoe who can't keep a secret. That sounds like song lyrics from T.I., but I have no idea which one you're talking about. What's going on, Jimmy? Jimmy in the building. Bros before heroes. K Dot says, and by the way, these are channels, guys. Should definitely subscribe to SSJ K Dot Sanctum. He's one of my earliest subscribers. Comic Works with Jimmy also has a channel. Aggressively Relaxing's got a channel where he does prank phone calls, pretending to be in the Marvel universe to people who spam him. We've got TJ from Flash by Night, who does comic book content. He'll tell you what books he read every week. And who else is in here with the channel? Is that it? I think that might be it, unless I'm forgetting somebody. Sorry if I'm forgetting you. But yeah, those are the channel people here who support me, and I shout you guys out. And shout out to Second Street Marvel Trinity. This guy just shouts me out for no reason during his videos. If you're not subscribed to Second Street Marvel, who does live morning shows every day, then don't subscribe to me, because we're the same people, me and him. I'm not against it. I'd be okay with Megan showing up. Yeah, she's a celebrity. How many more hotter celebrities are there than Meg Thee Stallion? You really can't name 10. She had the song of the year. I think that broke Billboard's streaming records. So you can give that to Cardi B and her, but it's a team effort. She is top of the game. I don't see her star fading by the time She-Hulk comes out in 2022. That's a great casting that they had. Meg Thee Stallion is no going wrong with that. And who did she really offend? Like, she has no sticky history. Remember what Cardi B said on stream about, I used to have to drug men, and that she doesn't have that. She's the victim of a crime, which I joked about earlier when I said, I hope this rapper casting, unlike T.I., I hope they don't shoot themselves in the foot when I made that joke about Meg Thee Stallion. Who's that shitty Tory Lanez, Toronto rapper? I don't claim him, but Tory Lanez allegedly shot her in the foot, according to her. She said it, so I believe it. And you're not just going to make something up like that. It was a rumor, and then she confirmed it, like, yes, he did do this. This is a victim of horrible things, and I just want great things for her coming out of the trauma that she may be going through. She-Hulk, Beyond. Wow. Now from the top, Hulk out. That's a MCU. That was bad. Jennifer. I understood. And I'm not even sure what her name was. Jennifer Walters, is it? Yeah. The report I saw said she's in multiple episodes. Oh. Well, they're doing, what, 6 episodes of the show? And she'll be in multiple episodes? Huh. She's not an actor either, so how will they utilize her? Maybe she has a more significant role if she's in multiple episodes. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. If she has a multiple episodes and multiple appearances, I'm not too sure about that, man. Jimmy goes, I have been putting out some damn good content lately. Better than PewDiePie. Everyone's better than PewDiePie. Yeah. You guys check out Comic Works with Jimmy. Aggressively goes, this dude running his mouth about the show, his cousin about to lose that job now. You know what? It's family. It's he's based in Atlanta, isn't he? I think he said that in a video. So that's probably how he gets these scoops. Atlanta is where they shoot a lot of the Marvel stuff. Atlanta is also the place where somebody had an Uber Eats, and he said, I just delivered to a guy who looks like Andrew Garfield. And this was around the time they were shooting the Spider-Man film. Atlanta. It's crazy. That's the point, LOL. Maybe when you type the way you talk, it throws me off. You say, it's K-Dot here. Maybe they embracing the meta of the show by having Megan play herself. Whoa, hold on. Where are you going? You can subscribe. And click here. Click on moi. That's your voice, K-Dot. But yes, maybe they embracing the meta of the show by having Megan play herself. I don't know how meta that is. They've had Bill Maher in the first Iron Man film. They've had, I know there was more celebrities. Why am I not thinking of Cam? Elon Musk was in Iron Man 2. They've had celebrities just play themselves for little bits. I'm happy you're laughing at that because that was a horrible impression. I need to work on my San Francisco accent. So that's Meg. Next, I'm on Patreon. I'm on Teespring if you guys want to support me. But I'm not going to be one of those guys who spend too much time on it. Thank you for considering joining me on Patreon or buying a t-shirt. Next topic, Star Wars Visions. Okay, I watched the trailer for this thing, and I'm hyped for what it could mean. Then I clicked on the website article and I was depressed. I'm hyped because it's like 12 different stories, 20 maybe, of just new characters. We're gonna see animated in the anime style. They didn't say anime, they said anime style of lightsaber duels. Lightsaber duels themselves, that's a Japanese thing, anyways. I was telling this to Perp Minded when on the video he did about it. You guys check out Perp Minded also. Perp Minded is an awesome YouTuber who covers all shows, especially the horror genre. If you're into that, Perp Minded is his channel. He always shows up here in my live chats. I've had him once on my Pole Monger. Perp Minded is a great channel, Perp Minded. But on his video, I told him this. I said, the brain freeze. I'm sorry, wait. Star Wars Vision about how I lost it again. Read a comment. You said what? Jim Cramer breaking the fourth wall. She-Hulk. Thank you for subbing everybody up. So what will Megan be arrested for in She-Hulk? Wow, drowning Texas. I love how this live stream is seriously just chill. It is chill. It's the ice cream. I should do ice cream more often. And then I have to end streams with push-ups, and we can even out the negative and the positive. Oh, that's what we're talking about. The positive of Star Wars Visions. The positives is new stories, new lightsabers, which are Japanese inspired, new things from new parts of the story. No one is restricted at all in doing any story they possibly can anywhere in the timeline. Positive, right? Okay. Negative, it's not canon. On the website, that's what they say. It's negative that it's not canon. However, these could be suggestions of what happened. And the way Dave Filoni is, if he sees a story that he really likes, like the one about the twins, he can go, I'm going to canonize this. Just like Grand Admiral Thrawn was like a book character, the guy with the blue face who's evil. And then in the Star Wars Rebels show, Dave Filoni, the creator of that show, uses him and makes it canon. So just because these Japanese inspired stuff are going to be out there, it does not mean that it won't be canon later on. We'll take the best from what they offer and do it. Like maybe there's a guy whose face looks like a cat. Maybe they'll use it in real life and they'll hire a live action actor to do it because that could be really expensive, but we'll get the same story. You never know with what Dave Filoni is on. So Star Wars Visions will be a positive. Now, will I subscribe to Disney Plus to watch something that's not canon and that will not have direct ramifications? No, not my interest. I will for shows like Ahsoka, for shows like Book of Boba Fett. I have a fear of missing out what will happen in the following season of Mandalorian if I don't watch Book of Boba Fett. Gotta watch that. But I'm not worried enough to watch Star Wars Visions all week 1, week 2, week 3, this coming out in September, the same way I am about Book of Boba Fett or a Marvel show. Just like What If. I don't care about What If. I'm probably not. I'm going to be unsubscribed for Disney Plus when What If is airing. It's not my cup of tea. One day I'll get Disney Plus again because we all return. We all return to it. I'll watch it, a couple of episodes here and there, and I'll see if I even want to finish it. But if it's not canon, it's not for chill. Did you see the creators they have on Visions? Holy ass! Well, they're Japanese and they're speaking in their language with subtitles. Yeah, I saw them. What do you mean, holy shit? Like, because it's authentic. It's like different people. Is it new people? Is that what you're so thrilled about? Yeah, seeing a different take on Star Wars from unique voices. That's what I'm talking about. Exercise push-ups or old school ice cream push-ups. Listen, bro, we're gonna get to the floor and decide what we're capable of doing on that day. My thing is wrists. Wrists will get sore before my chest gets sore because there's a well, I don't want to get into it. Just take my word for it. I don't like talking about my personal life, and I feel like continuing this will explain things that I don't want explained. Oh, that sounds awful now. Chillmonger, why are your wrists weak? But if you are subscribed for a particular Marvel show and Visions happens to be on, exactly, that's when we subscribe. Oh, we got a mother flipper in the house. It's Mike Mother Flipping Porter. And he says, yummy ice cream. That's right. Ben and Jerry's. I should do this more often, man. This ice cream is being received well. It's kind of melting a little bit, though. A little bit of melting action, but it's good. I'm going to go, how many more topics do I have? I think I have like 4 more topics. comments. The next topic is no Pokemon updates. The only video game I play on this thing is Pokemon. I played Pokemon Snap. I played Pokemon on the Sword and Shield. So when they announced that there would be a new Diamond and Pearl remake, I was thrilled for it. Then I saw that they're actually using like a 2D, like a chibi modeled 3D, but 2D. It was weird and it was a step back. I wanted Generation 8 in Pokemon. No news so far for that. There's also no news of the new Legends Arceus game, which looked okay and looked promising, but it's a Game Freak. There are no Pokemon updates. I'm down on this news. On this non-news, I know that the Pokemon Game Freak company, the developers of the video game, moved locations, and now they're right next to the Nintendo office. Maybe so they can keep a good eye on these people and tell them how to create games better, because the last few games were poor coming out of Game Freak. Yeah, there's no Pokemon games. He said, summer treat, ice cream. All right, I'm out, guys. Thanks for joining me. Got some running around to do. Okay. I might have to do that too. Ride my bike, maybe. Ride the elliptical. Gyms are still not open here in Toronto. It's crazy. There's 3 million people in the city of Toronto. Last I checked, like it was 52 new cases of COVID that came out yesterday, or whatever day it was when I last checked. And I feel like shutting down a city because 52 people got COVID is a bit ridiculous. Pokemon. Omega, Star Wars character. This was a topic from last week, but I didn't do a stream last week. I chatted with K-Dot on K-Dot's channel last week. But this is a character who we found out is a clone of Jango Fett that's been unaltered. So she's the Omega, which means this is the last letter of the Greek alphabet. And there's Alpha, which is the first letter, and Boba Fett is Alpha. She is the Omega. If she's an exact clone of Jango Fett, why is she female? I don't know. But whatever it would be the X and Y gene if they're following Earth science. The difference in that, the X and the Y gene, is where the Force comes in, I think. I feel like this is a character who has metachlorians, and she has the Force. She's got the ability. We know what her role is. They're going to want to clone her. I'm sure they want Boba Fett too. They'll take that guy also. But she's a little bit younger than Boba Fett would be at this time in the Bad Batch show. And the Omega mystery is out. She is a clone that's been unaltered. Very valuable to the Empire. Hope she's got the Force. Saying goodbye to Flash by Night. Okay. Shout out to Arrow, to Reptile, to Static Shock, and all these unique non-white characters who Marvel and DC are not splashing the legacy or the characteristics of a former character, and rather these guys are just standalone on their own, doing their thing. Respect to them. The Shang-Chi trailer, I watched it back. And then I watched the Black Widow trailer from last year. And the Shang-Chi trailer is better than the Black Widow trailer. I am worried. I saw the highlight of the Black Widow trailer. You can watch my reaction to it. I'm sure I did one last year when it came out. And I saw the highlight of the trailer is when they're in the sky, kind of skydiving, fighting Taskmaster. They gave that away in the trailer. That would have been really nice to see for the first time in the movies. But it's been a year where I've been sitting on that scene, and I feel like that's the highlight of the movie. A lot of reviews of Black Widow have come out, and it's not a positive-looking movie. I had theories that have been shot down based on people's reviews. I'm not actively looking at reviews or leaks or spoilers, but when you have Twitter, that's the nature of things. I've heard people say things about the Black Widow movie that shot down my theories. Now, I don't actually go and looking for plot. How are they going to affect the X-Men? How is this going to affect that? But after watching the Black Widow trailer, man, there's really nothing there. This is going to be a bad one. I think it'll be the first Marvel movie where I go in and I go out with like, shit, this was finally the bad one. I've loved all of the Marvel movies. Yeah, they didn't have Abomination in the Black Widow movie, but they have Abomination as Shang-Chi. Like it what in the Black Widow trailer showed us something like the Abomination? What gave us the shock? What was the post after they put the title, after they say get tickets now, releases on this date? And that one extra scene. What was that for the Black Widow movie? Don't slouch your shoulders, honey. You should be more upright. That was their thing. Their post title scene. Remember Infinity War's post title scene? When Thor looks at the Guardians and he goes, "Who the hell are you guys?" And you're like, "Whoa, they're mixing. This is so cool." They didn't have that for the Black Widow movie. I feel like the Black Widow movie was something that was decided back in 2014. Ike Perlmutter said, "No, Kevin Feige, we're shooting that down," and they were not able to make that film. And then, since Kevin Feige is the chief creative officer of Marvel and has the ability to decide what happens in the movies, he goes, "Let's do the film idea we were going to do after Civil War." Haha. That's what this movie is. It was a 2016 idea. My waiting better be worth it. I still have yet to see one Black Widow trailer or teaser. I hope I didn't say anything that gave too much, but good. The less you see, the better. You will have a better experience of this film. Personally, didn't watch any episodes, TV spots of Loki, any episode previews. The week after they say this is coming next time. I don't watch those things, and I'm having a good time watching this. So, this week's episode, the one that just happened on Wednesday, great episode. The one prior to that, like episode 3, when they're chilling on Lomantis, whack episode. But it's okay. They can have one bad episode. I've had bad episodes of of TV series, of Disney Plus series, but I've never had a bad movie. I actually said for Loki episode 3, I tweeted out, name a 40-minute stretch of the Captain Marvel film that was worse than Loki episode 3. You can't find one. Loki episode 3 was so trash. The next and final topic, I did Loki spoilers. I'll get back to that in a second. The NBA Finals. Phoenix Suns have this. No discussion. Greek Freak, too bad. I saw the way his knee bent. It is not wise to continue playing. Chris Middleton, if you win this championship, you salute to you, but I don't think you can do it. It's the Phoenix Suns. Congratulations to Chris Paul. You just wiped out LeBron James in the first round, so I'm not going to hear any of, well, they didn't earn it because Giannis was injured. You did good. You did well. Loki spoiler discussion. Let's go. I'm at 37 minutes. Let's go another 5. Let's see what you guys have to say about Loki. Any question? There are questions. I'm just not clicking on them. Comments. You say, it was pretty interesting to see where Abomination ended up. In a fighting ring, yeah. He is, after all, the first super soldier we got to see in the MCU. Steve Rogers. He might mean second super soldier. Yeah, the second experiment since Steve Rogers. Which is kind of cool how in 2008 they anticipated a Captain America movie and something from three years later came to fruition. That's why we love Marvel. The planning. And that's also why I like how in Loki they mentioned the vampires too. Yeah. Adnan says, will Loki get a season 2? Yeah. They said that even before the show came out, we knew that to be a case. I think he might. Your thoughts, please. It's not even a thing about thoughts. It's really true. Will it be Tom Hiddleston Loki or will it be Sylvie Loki? That hasn't been confirmed, but it looks like Marvel is doing the mantle passing, and it could possibly be Sylvie Loki who heads season 2 of Loki, and they're really trying to see if the fans receive well to these things. I think you should do a movie. Disney Plus is safe. You can hide it behind your streaming service. Like people are going to sub to Disney Plus anyways. It's not a hard ask to say spend $8 on this Disney Plus thing for a month. You get 4 episodes. It is hard to ask someone to leave their bum, go to the movie theaters to watch Ironheart. That's a risk. I want to see that risk pay off too. I'd love for Ironheart to be this hit movie. It could because she's got iron in her name, Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel. that movie succeeded. A lot had to do with the name Marvel being in the title of the film. People already know that word, so it's going to help it make $1.1 billion, as well as the post-credit scene of Infinity War that has a lot of things going for it. Good promotion for that film. Even though it wasn't a top 10 MCU film, it was still, it made its money. It made 1.1 billion. Black Widow, ooh, we should do box office predictions for Black Widow. You guys all say what you think. Cinemas are shut down in Canada. But how, like, our population is what, 30 million people? The United States population is like 36 million, 360 million. It's like barely a dent in the domestic box office, which we're included. We count as domestic with the United States. So I'm going to say, with everything opening up in America, because COVID vaccines are abundant, this movie makes $500 million, $600 million. I think I made that prediction on Ashley's channel on The Widow, and I'm going to stick to that one. $600 million is what I have the Black Widow film making. The Atlanta Hawks gave a great fight for a young team that wasn't supposed to be there. I'll agree with that. And I was even cheering for Trae Young. I wanted the star-making performance. I like the way he gave his dad that jersey. It was Father's Day, so he gave his dad the jersey. The way he embraced the villain role in New York. So yeah, the Atlanta Hawks, I hope they do it again next year. No, Blonsky, aka Abomination, was the first super soldier we got to see in a movie. Yeah, because that came out in 2008. Yeah. In the Incredible Hulk movie that came out before Captain America. Okay. I got you. Is that the stream? I don't want to waste your guys' time. Let me just take a bite out of ice cream and read what comment comes up next. It's melting too. No comments. And I know there's a 10-second lag, so we'll see. Thanks for joining me for the stream. Patreon.com/chillmonger. There's a Teespring store for Chillmonger also. And dang it, I know there is an argument to be made that Red Skull is actually the first super soldier that was created in the MCU. You're right. Didn't Erskine experiment on him first? I think yeah, that's right. Will Thor find out Loki is alive? Will Thor find out Loki is alive? Is that a scene we want to see? Yes. So yes, if these shows are going to impact the real world eventually, in like maybe the Secret Wars movie, maybe that Loki will be alive. Maybe Loki is trying to save incursions. I know you read comics. Incursions like the Secret Wars 2015. Maybe that's what Loki will be dealing with all of these series in season 1 and season 2. And then in the Secret Wars movie, Thor, Chris Hemsworth Thor, we'll see Loki. It's the perfect summer treat. MCU rules is all I got to say. We'll leave it there with what Mike Porter says. MCU rules. I've been, get that out the way, chill with my cold ice cream. Thanks for joining me as usual, guys, and broadcasts.